movie about a rescue mission where a couple tricked Alan Grant into going with them to Isla Sorna to rescue their son, as he's stranded there with the dinosaurs, and some things are about to happen. Steven Spielberg chose not to direct this movie as he said it would give him a tremendous headache just to think about it, and the first two were hard to make, which I bet. So he needed someone new to direct it, so Joe Johnston did it instead. Michael Crichton didn't write this novel, so Craig Rosenberg wrote this movie after Spielberg and Johnston was impressed with his work on Hotel de Love movie. In his script there was Chronosaurus, characters on motorbike trying to evade raptors but isn't in the film, and teenagers on Isla Sorna, but that got ditched. So Peter Butchman came along and rewrote some of it and added dinosaurs causing a series of mysterious killings on the mankind, followed by an investigation, and got Alan Grant, Billy and the family crash-landed in Isla Sorna. So the idea got changed to a couple going parasailing and gone missing to the island. Alan Grant is researching financial donors for a raptor research station that he wants to build in Isla Sorna. Then someone called Finch, is it Break from American Pie, offers Alan Grant exclusive research rights to the island if he will help the US government acquire jurisdiction over it. So Alan accepts and scheduled to testify along with someone called Simone at a hearing to be held to the next day in San Jose in Costa Rica. The next rewrite is Alan Grant meets a businessman called Paul Robbie, who offers him a donation if he will host an aerial tour of Isla Sorna. Alan accepts the offer and they flew over there, with Alan's graduate student Billy Hume, Paul's 12-year-old son Miles, Paul's bodyguard Cooper, and Paul's girlfriend Susan Brentworth. The plane hits an unidentified object and forced to land, but when it flies again it ended up hitting Spinosaurus. As a result, it crash-landed. It would have got some more of InGen when the characters stay over at the lab. Velociraptor snuck into the lab. After Billy stole the eggs, Cooper dies saving Miles. Billy gets killed by Pteranodon, and Alan decides to stay while the family leaves. The title of Jurassic Park Extinction was taking inspiration from the ending scene, but the crew didn't want that as a title because it would look like it's the end of the franchise. So the title was going to be Jurassic Park Breakout and the Extinction, but then got changed to Jurassic Park 3. Even though Joe Johnston said no one has been fond of the title, but you certainly knew what it meant. And I think bringing Sam Neill back as Alan Grant is awesome. As like I said, he's my favourite Jurassic Park character. Sam Neill was happy to come back as he said his performance in the first film could have done better, which I have no idea what he's talking about because I think he's perfect. And Joe Johnston described him in the third movie as more cynical and sarcastic. It's also great to bring Laura Dern back as Ellie Sattler in this movie. She has two kids, one of them's called Charlie, and not sure about the other one. She split it up from Alan. They wrote that because the crew were uncomfortable about Alan and Ellie relationship because of the age gap. Laura hesitated to do a cameo in this movie, so they gave her more scenes and be responsible of rescuing everybody from Isla Sorna. William H. Macy did turn down playing Paul Kirby because of the commitments, but Laura Dern urged him to do it as they worked together in the Focus movie. Paul Kirby is a businessman who tricks Alan to go to the island in order to rescue his son. Ty Leone played Amanda Kirby, Paul's ex-wife. Trevor Morgan played Eric Kirby, Paul and Amanda's son who got stranded in the island. Michael Jata and John Deal played Udesky and Cooper, Kirby soldiers. Although Udesky was a booking agent, Cooper gets snatched by Spinosaurus and devoured, and Udesky gets injured by raptors to set a trap. But because the Kirbys and Billy didn't fall for it, raptors chomped his neck. Bruce A. Young played Nash, the pilot who gets killed by Spinosaurs as well after the plane crashed. There's great development with the characters and fantastic acting. Alessandro Nivola played Billy Brennan, Alan's assistant. He also stole the raptor eggs, but later sacrificed himself to save Eric from the baby pteranodons. He's originally going to get killed off, but the actor didn't want to, which I'm glad they didn't because I think this character needs to be forgiven, and I do like his chemistry with Alan Grant. I buy them as their buddies, and I'd love to see those two together again. Industrial Light and Magic and Stan Winston created CGI and animatronic dinosaurs, and I think it looks great. The dinosaurs in that look so real. They shot the movie in the island of Molokai, and apparently they didn't finish the script while shooting the movie. They didn't know what to do, but they got there in the end, which is how the movie ended up with 92 minutes long, when the first two are over 2 hours long, which I think it's done well for that. This is actually the first Jurassic Park film I've watched. I was about 5, I think, and I loved it. I used to reenact the scenes in a school playground with my friend, as we often imagine running away from dinosaurs. There's a scene where Alan has a nap in the plane. He has a dream with a raptor sitting next to him saying, "Alan, Alan," and woke up. I was like, whoa! And realised it was a dream. A lot of people hated that scene. I don't. I think it's the case of Alan having a PTSD after his experience in Jurassic Park. And I think this would happen to us if we get near-death experience like this. It gives us nightmares. After Cooper and Nash dies, the bit where Spinosaurus attacks everyone in the damaged plane and rolling it around looks pretty lethal, with the glass shattering and getting injured. And same goes with T-Rex and Spinosaurus fighting with each other. When I first saw the crispy skeleton scene with Amanda screaming at it, I actually thought it was alive and trying to attack Amanda, which gave me goosebumps, which I liked. That was nicely done. To those who think Amanda is annoying because of the screaming, well, in her defense, I'm pretty sure we'd be like that in real life. Think about it. If the real dinosaur comes towards us and about to attack, we'd freak out. And there's great running scenes. What I love about this movie is that it's got people running away from dinosaurs, finding a place to keep away from them, and then running away again. It makes it so intense. I love stuff like that. It shows us that the dinosaurs are the creatures that we want to keep away from. I actually thought it was pretty catchy with the sound of the satellite phone ringing. Me and my friend used to do this when we hear this ringtone. I often wonder, what if they use that as a ringtone?
Said ring, 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 a big up your phone. I said ring, 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 ring.
Yeah, we wouldn't have missed that. The poo scene is pretty gross, it definitely looked realistic. And I love the foggy bridge scene where Eric walks through it with the drumming music, Alan saying, "Oh my god, it's a birdcage," and Amanda wonders what's it for, and as Pteranodon appeared, that was bloody scary. And same goes for the scene while Billy gets attacked and Pteranodon looked at the camera thinking, "You're next." So yeah, I would say Jurassic Park 3 is my favourite out of the Jurassic Park films. It's so relatable, intense, and it's like those films in a horror channel where it's about running away from monsters, and also because of nostalgia. And I think this is a fantastic trilogy. There we go, I think this would be a great show to do, where I talk about films without crapping on them. It's just pretty much a documentary. If you like this video and want me to do more of these, please let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.